Good morning, and Challenger week completed. So this week was intense. I had 2 VO2 max runs, running intervals, so it's 2 minutes all out, 2 minutes easy. In my case, I actually walk and repeat that 6 times with warm up and cool down. As I said last week, I've done sprint trainings in the past. They are tough, but I ultimately enjoy them. And I think the same is true for these ones too. 2 minutes, of course, is much longer than the 15-20 seconds or so that I used to do. And there's much more room for doubt. So I've been dealing with that. Been dealing with my mind telling me, why do you do this? Why are you doing this? And luckily I usually have a good answer, but sometimes it's still tough. I do push myself. I notice that I really benefit from listening to an audiobook, listening to Never Finished right now by David Goggins. So that of course helps, because he talks about mindset and mental toughness all the time, and has done running training and ultra runs too, which I'm training for, so that's good. On Thursday I woke up and slept in and snoozed, well, not snoozed, but I just stayed in bed a bit longer, and then I remembered that I wanted to go for a run. Well, I usually go for a run in the morning, but then I remembered that it was going to be a long run. And at 9:15 a.m. I had a coaching call, so I left those 2 hours, a bit less than 2 hours earlier, like at 7:20 or something like that. And I wanted to run 20k. 22. I wanted to run 22, 2 times 22. And I just already knew when I started, okay, it's not going to happen because I don't have enough time. So I ran in the way that I would be home at 9 to then be able to, quickly shower, hop on the coaching call. And I did 19.5k in that time, so that was good. I was pretty satisfied with that, actually. Pretty satisfied. It was good. And then I still had the 22, which was going to be a new personal best that I ran on Saturday morning. So same thing, on that day I had to teach at 9:30 a.m. so that day I already prepared everything the night before, put out my shake, prepared something for breakfast, made everything ready, filled my bottles, and then when I got up in the morning the following day, I just had to do a little morning routine, mobilize and go running, and I did that. New personal best, 22. Woo! And what is also great is that I ran the same track, the same route as I did last year with my half marathon distance, so 21.26 I ran, and I could really compare those now. So I could compare my times, and I'll put them up here for you. You can see that it took me 2 hours 37 was it last year, and that was last year August, without any training for it. It was actually a very spontaneous idea. One afternoon it was cloudy, it was like, I don't have anything to do, okay, let me run half marathon. And this time, of course, I trained. I'm in week 10, so I have 2.5 months or so of training behind me, and you can see I ran further and I ran faster, so that's really good. I'm really happy to see that. It's motivating me, and I was exhausted, but I still felt confident at the end of the race as well that I could have run longer. So really grateful for that. Did that also with the new running belt, and it was just slithering around, but to be honest, it was not really bothering me if I didn't pay attention to it. So all good, all good. Yeah, I did experience some chafing at the inner thighs, so I will try whether wearing like tight underwear helps with that. Let's see. Yeah, so that was good. Next week is gonna be again two running intervals, 2 VO2 max runs, 1 long run, although a bit shorter, and then some easy stuff, walks and an easy run. The VO2 max runs are just brutal. It feels good afterwards, but they're brutal. And I actually noticed that I feel constrained by lack of strength in my abs. So I haven't been very consistent with strength training. I do notice that probably I would benefit from doing some more ab work, like planks or something. So I might get a bit of extra motivation out of this realization to do that more consistently. Right, I'm gonna go in and refresh, do my stretches, and continue the rest of my morning routine. See you next week.